Hey guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2026 Ford Expedition Platinum Ultimate. And for those of you guys who don't know, Ford released the Expedition as their full-size SUV back in 1997. The 5th generation Expedition that you see here was released last year for 2025, completely redesigning both the interior and exterior, with 4 trims available for the 2026 model year, and technically 2 engine options. The base $63,000 Active and the base $77,000 Platinum receiving the standard output 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost V6, which cranks out a very healthy 400 horsepower, 480 pound-feet of torque, made into a 10-speed automatic transmission, available either with rear-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, and can shoot to 60 in around 5 seconds. The Tremor, starting around $85,000, the $87,000 King Range, and the $91,000 Platinum Ultimate that we have here, get the high-output 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost V6, cranking out 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, still made it to the 10-speed automatic transmission, and can shoot the Expedition to 60 in the high 4-second range. The Ultimate package that we have here starts as an already loaded Platinum trim, but adding the high-output EcoBoost, 24-inch wheels, high-flow exhaust, active noise cancellation, an illuminated grille, specific badging and molding, luxury multi-contour massaging leather seats, a booming 22-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system, the driver's package as standard among many other goodies, making this the top-of-the-line trim for the 2026 Expedition, but it's a $14,500 package. So with that package starting just above $90,000, but with about 8 to 10% in available discounts, rebates, and incentives, with potentially more with some negotiation. But what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So the front styling, pretty bold and aggressive with this white and black contrast. We get the illuminated grille, Ford badge with a forward-facing camera underneath, which helps us out with the 360. I like the aluminum trim underneath the black grille. Full LED headlamps. They're not projectors, but pretty bright reflector headlamps. No fog lights down below. I think that would look a little bit more premium, but we get functional airflow in each corner, more airflow in the lower front bumper area, and a ton of airflow in the grille for this high output 3.5-liter twin turbo EcoBoost V6 with full front parking sensing, aluminum badging, and I like the notches in the hood, so it lets you see the right side of your vehicle a little bit easier, with LED daytime running lights up top, full LED surrounds for the grille. And with the Ultimate package, we get these beautiful gunmetal gray and silver contrasted 24-inch wheels, wrapped in Goodyear Eagle Touring all-season tires. Dimensions are 285/40 R24. So the 40 sidewall tires are a little bit towards the low profile side of things, but as you'll see when we take this monster out for a drive, still a very comfortable ride quality. And with the 285 wide tires, we shouldn't really have any issue putting the power to the ground even in 2-wheel drive. But this SUV does have 4-wheel drive with 4-wheel drive auto. All body color wheel well trim, aluminum platinum badging, black contrasted mirrors with LED turn signals on them, a camera on the mirrors to help us out with the 360, large mirror itself with blind spot monitoring on it. We get aluminum window trim with body color trim up top, aluminum roof rails, massive panoramic moonroof, smart access for the driver and a front passenger with smart access out rear. Power running boards, we'll check those out when we open up the door in a minute. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this 2026 Ford Expedition top-of-the-line Platinum Ultimate. With the same rear wheel and tire setup, the only difference is a smaller brake caliper, 6-lug pattern. The gas cap is push to open with easy fill. I'd recommend sticking to premium fuel with this higher output 3.5-liter EcoBoost with full LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Aluminum badging, shout out Carl Flamer Ford in Tarpon Springs, Florida for helping make this review possible. More aluminum badging in the corner. We get an LED third brake light, black shark fin style antenna. We don't get the opening rear windshield anymore, but it's a tailgate styled liftgate, which we'll check out in a few minutes. Cover for our trailer hitch. I'll leave a link right over here, show you what this SUV can tow with an almost 1,400-pound payload capacity. We get full rear parking sensing and our high flow exhaust. And speaking of the high flow exhaust, let's fire up this twin turbo high output 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 and here she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the high output 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost V6 sold by Ford for the 2026 Expedition Platinum Ultimate. And it sounds pretty good with this high flow exhaust cranking out 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to the rear or all four wheels with a full and part-time four-wheel drive system, weighing in around 5,670 pounds. You can expect around a 4.9 second 0 to 60 time, making it a no-joke performer. The hydraulic struts are appreciated. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back, and walk around this 2026 Expedition Platinum Ultimate one more time. Before we take a step inside, let me show you guys the window sticker on this basically fully loaded 2026 Ford Expedition Platinum 4x4. Pause, take a look at all the standard features. Base price of $74,000 with about $16,000 in total options. $14,570 out of that is this Platinum Ultimate package. $1,000 for the Star White Metallic Tri-Coat, and $475 for the Connected package, one time for 7 years. So $93,355. That is not cheap for an Expedition, but with about $9,000 in total discounts on Carl Flammer's website, and I'm sure you can get that up a little bit with some negotiation. But let's take a step inside and see what we get with just about the most expensive Ford Expedition released to date, with a gorgeous perforated white leather for the center portion, gushy soft leather for the armrest, leather for your knee will often hit, and leather stitching up top. We get genuine wood beneath it, some aluminum outlining everything, lock and unlock, power folding mirrors, four-way adjustable with auto one-touch windows for all four. We get the Ford SUV and truck style door handle, 22 speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system, which sounds incredible here, ton of storage. You'll fit two 32-ounce water bottles, the power running boards as we mentioned, and these beautiful white leather multi-contour seats with perforation. They're heated and ventilated. You have four-way lumbar control, massage function. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide with an aluminum platinum nameplate as we take a step inside. But taking a step inside, foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So as you'd expect at this price point, we get a gorgeous interior here with the 33-inch center display. Well, not center display, top display. The center display, I believe, is 13.2 inches with a square-ish shaped steering wheel. Reminds me a little bit of the new Corvettes. No paddle shifters, and everything's really adjusted through the steering wheel itself. On the left side, we get our lane keep assist and cruise control adjustments. On the right side, you can adjust the volume, skip control, voice commands, and the tilt and telescoping steering column with the eyesight sensors for the Blue Cruise, auto rain sensing wipers. We get some aluminum trim outlining these air vents, which feel very premium, some aluminum beneath it and wood trim. We get four-wheel drive auto, 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low with the drive mode selector. Our drive modes include normal, tow haul, eco, sport, slippery, and off-road. We'll start the review off in normal, try out sport and eco and see what the differences are. Beneath that, we get an electronic parking brake, trunk release, and our trunk and tailgate release. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. We get all stitched material for this dashboard. The engine start stop buttons outlined in some gloss black, trailer brake controller, more wood running all throughout this center dashboard area. We can open up the map for this 13.2, I believe, infotainment screen, and I'll catch back with you once it's loaded up. All right, guys, it's loaded up. As you guys see, the response is just about perfect. The resolution also basically perfect. Google infotainment screens have been just about the best over the last few years, and that's definitely still the case with this 2026 Expedition. The response in the system is just perfect too. Our home screen, you can see your navigation, song that's currently playing, phone information. You can see your apps, everything you have potentially available. Vehicle settings, also cool. And down below, you get your widget adjustments between none, fuel economy, gauges, media, off-road status, tire pressure, towing status, and trailer trip. I'll leave it in the home screen for this review. We get our dual zone automatic front climate control down below, and you can adjust the rear climate control from the front seat by just pressing this top button, adjust between front and rear. You can recirculate, sync temp, and our max AC, and heated and ventilated seats up front with a heated steering wheel, our gear selector controlling the 10-speed automatic transmission, backup camera, super high resolution, guidance lines, and trajectory with an over-the-top 360. You can see your different views, trailer hitch view, backup, wider backup, and our side blind zone view, which will help you back up a trailer quite easily. Close out of here, back to our backup screen. You get your park assist too, and throwing right back into park, we return right back to our previous screen. You get your gear limit to the left side, can function sort of as a manual shift control. Aluminum outlining the volume dial, turn off the auto engine start stop, park assist, hazards, access your camera at all times. It's a forward facing camera when you click on it, and you can adjust between 3 different forward facing views. Press the button one more time and return to the previous screen. Turn off the traction control, hill descent control, and expedition badging for this faux aluminum trim running all throughout. We get our reverse trailer guidance, USB A and C port, plenty of storage which you can close up and have this premium feeling plastic trim. You'll fit 32-ounce tapered bottles with a gushy soft leather center console which can slide back and forth. We'll slide it all the way back, which will open up some additional storage down below, which hopefully you can pick up. You'll fit like 3 or 4 2-liter bottles of soda in here. We'll bring the console back to its original position, and we can open up this console with the click of a button. It's a 2-tier console. You'll fit pens, business cards, car accessories, and about 6 to 7 2-liter bottles of soda in the center console itself. Massive, with an additional 12-volt in there as well. Drop the cubby back. Our glove box is damped, very well damped. Not the largest. You'll fit about 15 to 18 license plates. Should be able to fit 2 pairs of shoes, about 6 to possibly 8 Harry Potter books. We get an auto dimming rear view mirror, but unfortunately it's not frameless or digital. At this price point, I would expect both. Interior lights are button activated, full LED, sunglass holder, 3 garage HomeLink settings, and we can open up the shade for this massive panoramic moonroof. I'll catch right back with you once the shade's opened up. All right, shade is open and opening up the glass. The opening panel goes underneath the fixed panel, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, but might compromise a little bit of rear headroom. As you guys see, massive opening going all the way out to the second row. Poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Tarpon Springs, Florida. Sunny and 78 degrees according to this 2026 Expedition Platinum Ultimate. We'll shut the glass right up, leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. And that's about it for the front seat, at least. The 2026 Ford Expedition Platinum Ultimate. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the material. So no sunshades, that would be nice for the price point, but we still get the beautiful leather trim with the white contrast for the armrest and center portion. Wood outline this faux aluminum, one of our tweeters for the 22 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system with the bass speaker down beneath. Solid storage, Ford style SUV and truck door handle with plenty of storage down below. The running board continues, aluminum step in plate with some very solid bolstering for these back seats. Legroom, I don't think the seats slid all the way back, but I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and even with the floor mat down below, I still have plenty of knee room. See if the seat slides back. Wow, it slides back a lot. So fully slid back, I have well over a foot of overall knee room. Fully upright, I still have about 1 inch of headroom, and the seat reclines quite a bit. Basically lying down back here now, plenty of headroom and still plenty of knee room. Of course, not gonna be super comfortable if somebody wants to be sitting behind me right now, but if you just have 4 passengers in your Expedition, this is an unbelievably comfortable seating position. But I'll lift myself back up because I am gonna hop into the 3rd row eventually, give myself a comfortable seating position. We get charge ports down below, USB-C ports, some brackets, part of the driver and passenger headrest, which is pretty cool. Map pockets behind both of the front seats. We get 3rd zone climate control and adjustments for the media in the back seat. Cup holders, you'll fit 24 to 32 ounce tapered water bottles with air vents blowing directly into our face. Additional tweeter right above our head. Interior lights are LED with a hook perfect for a suit or a dress, and a ton of light brought into the cabin thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof. The armrest here is also insanely wide, easily fitting a full-size adult arm, in these back seats, as you mentioned, very solidly bolstered for a back seat, and they're heated 2nd row seats with a 120 volt 400 watt AC outlet down below. That's about it for the 2nd row. Let's take a step out into the third row, see how much space is offered back there. With the click of a button, the seat shoots forward. All right, so we'll slide the seat as far back as it goes. There we go. And with the third row seat fully upright, I still have about an inch of knee room, headroom. Fully upright, I have about an inch and a half of it. And this is with the second row seat all the way back. Every inch of space that second row passenger compromises is an additional inch of space gained by me. And with a click of a button, we can recline these third row seats. They don't recline super far, but I get about an additional inch of headroom and a more comfortable feeling seating position. I will say, at this price point, some type of padding for the third row would be appreciated. We get 2 USB-C ports, large cup holder, decently large cup holder in front of it. You'll fit a 32 and a 24-ounce bottle, and air vents that blow directly into the third row passenger's face. Additional lights back here, which are LED, and additional hooks for the third row or for the cargo space, which should be convenient for anything that you'd like to hang up while still having full usability of your cargo space. Speaking of the cargo space, let's take a step out back. If I didn't mention, there's also 3 seats back there, and you'll comfortably seat 3 people. If you got 2 200-pounders in the corner, you'll fit somebody 120 to 140 pounds in the middle pretty comfortably. So it's a legitimate 7-seater here. We can put this seat back, shut the door, take a step out into the cargo space, see how much space is offered back here, and underneath the eye is the button for our power opening upper lift gate. And it's pretty convenient because if you have pets back here, sure, they might not be super encouraged to jump out of here, and if you want to tailgate in your 2026 Expedition, just press this button, and just like the BMW larger SUVs, you get the split gate design, and it'll hold a lot of weight. I'll leave a link right here, show you exactly how much. This piece pops up. I wouldn't recommend using it as a backrest, but I guess if you'd like to, you can use it as one with some secret storage down below. Not a whole lot, but you'll fit some car accessories, bungee cords, 120 volt, 400 watt max AC outlet, and tie downs in each corner. The third row seats fall down with a click of a button. The headrests fall automatically and the seats follow. Not the quickest process, but it's pretty convenient with just a click of a button. And once the seats fall down, you see we have a massive cargo space back here. And you can add about like 18 to 20 inches of additional cargo space if you go with the Max. But most people don't need all that cargo space. I'll leave a link right here, show you exactly how much space there is. With the third row up, there's almost 22 cubic feet of space, over 60 cubic feet of space with the second row folded down, and over 100, I believe 108 total cubic feet with all the seats folded down. But very practical back here. You get the subwoofer in the left corner. We can press this button right down here to lift the tailgate back up. And we get 2 buttons to drop the lift gate. This button drops it, this button drops it, and locks the SUV. We don't need it locked, so we'll press the button on the left. Falls down pretty quickly, and we'll take a step back and walk around this 2026 Ford Expedition Platinum Ultimate one more time. It is a really nice SUV. Of course, it is getting up there in price. Even after discounts, rebates, and incentives, we're sitting at around $83,000 to $84,000. But you get just about every option and feature you could possibly want or need with these beautiful 24-inch wheels, illuminated grille, and a powerful high output 3.5-liter twin turbo V6 that can shoot this SUV to 60 in under 5 seconds. But speaking of the performance, let's take this 2026 Expedition Platinum Ultimate out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 Ford Expedition Platinum Ultimate. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. I'll turn these ventilated seats down a little bit because they're making a decent amount of noise. Turn the vents down by 1. But hopefully you pick up how quiet this interior is with active noise cancellation. Steering feels surprisingly well weighted. Body roll's limited. This does not feel like a 5,700 pound SUV. We can take a step out here. Ooh, good power. Doesn't blow you away, but it definitely makes this full-size SUV get up and go really good. Body roll, very limited. And over the bumps, even with these 24-inch wheels, the ride quality stays fantastic. On concrete pavement, road noise basically non-existent. I believe all Expeditions, maybe not the active, but I believe the standard Platinum has some type of active noise cancellation. But whatever they do here on this Ultimate trim is significantly quieter. Good feeling steering. And I like the way this 3.5-liter V6 sounds. it doesn't sound like a typical 6-cylinder turbo. It gives you a very decent amount of grunt. Throttle response is excellent. Sure, there's some turbo lag. You'll have some type of turbo lag in any turbocharged vehicle, especially a heavier SUV. But they did this in a way where you still get a very good initial feel with that throttle response. And after about half a second, the boost starts to kick in and it starts to feel extremely strong. I will say, once you're moving, the steering does feel a little bit more disconnected. You need to move the wheel a decent amount before the vehicle actually responds. But driving around at lower speeds, I really like the steering. And watch this big bump right here. Barely even feel it. You definitely don't hear it. We can take a step out here in sport mode. Hopefully you pick up the blind spot cameras, which are pretty cool. Sport mode, steering gets a little heavier on the gas. Woo! Oh yeah, no need to beat it up any further. This thing can get up and go. And in sport mode, it sounds pretty good too. Holds our gear. Great torque. And it rides over these bumps so well. And even at highway speeds, listen. You start to hear the slightest hint of wind noise, but barely. Road noise just does not really exist. More bumps. Ride's fantastic. We'll slow down a little bit. Actually try it out in eco mode. Hopefully you picked up sport. And eco mode, about half throttle. Still picks up speed really well. It doesn't downshift you into the optimal gear, but with this twin turbo V6, once that boost kicks in, you can be in any gear and it will get up and go really well. On the gas, whoo, yeah, okay. This is a seriously quick SUV. We can try one out off the line in sport mode on the gas, boost, whoo. Nice. It's a very, very quick vehicle. Take it out of sport because we do hold our gear. Leave it in eco for the remainder of this review. And eco is plenty. With this powertrain, it doesn't take a lot of throttle to keep this thing moving. You still get all that power when you put your foot down. It's just the throttle is not quite as sensitive as it is in sport or normal. But the steering in eco is about the same as it was in normal mode. Let this guy go. Okay, never mind. I think he's letting me go. All right, guys, on the gas. Woo! Yeah. This thing's quick. And then you calm down a little bit. And it's a true luxury SUV with some very good performance to back it up. I do wish the steering was a little bit tighter at higher speeds, but it's fine. This armrest up here is very wide, gives you a really comfortable position for your elbow. Commanding view of the road, and with these hood notches, you have a very good view of the right side of this SUV. Even in eco mode, doesn't really take any throttle to keep this thing moving uphill. And that's where you're going to get your 18 combined miles per gallon. I believe it's rated 15 in the city, 22 on the highway. That's with the high output. You'll get an additional mile per gallon or two if you go with the standard output, which is also seriously, seriously quick. But this, definitely quicker. And with this high flow exhaust, sounds really, really good. On the gas, yeah. And it sounds good, but with the active noise cancellation, they did such a good job of keeping this vehicle quiet when you're not leaning in on it. And unlike most turbocharged 6-cylinder engines, this still gives you a pretty decent amount of grunt. I like this SUV. Everything about it is just about perfect, except for maybe the price. But with potentially $10,000 in discounts, it becomes a little bit more reasonable, especially considering we're still sitting $20,000 below a base model Escalade with just about all the options and features. Obviously, the Expedition doesn't have that same prestige that an Escalade has, but if you're willing to forego that prestige and you just want to have an extremely comfortable, extremely spacious, great performing full-size SUV, I would 100% recommend checking it out. Even with the 24-inch wheels, it rides over these bumps amazingly. And a big thanks to Brian and the rest of the management and staff here at Carl Flamer Ford in Tarpon Springs, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tarpon Springs, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Brian. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.